So now if I want to steady my hands a little bit, what I'm going to do is just put my knuckles together here like this, and my elbows are now what's absorbing the movement. But I am keeping that nice, consistent contact. Hello and welcome back. I'm Danette with Humans Honoring Horses, and tonight we're out here because I would like to continue discussing some hand and rein techniques to help improve our hands when we ride. So riding well is hard. So thank you for taking the time to watch the videos and to improve your position. Our position is so important, not just for applying the aids, but to be a good ride to carry, right? So we want to be in balance and in rhythm with the horse, and that's when it becomes an art, because synchronicity with the horse is the holy grail. It's what a lot of us are chasing and why we're out here doing this with the horses. In this video, we're going to talk about another technique and this little piece of equipment. It's called a grab strap. Sometimes I've heard it called a chicken strap and an holy shit handle, all sorts of things. And it goes on the front of your saddle. It's a wonderful little piece of equipment because it doesn't interfere with anything, but if you need it, it's there. And it's really inexpensive. Super handy to have in your toolkit. So some of the key elements to improving our hands are combine a little bit of technique and then a lot of practice and then consistency, right? If you really want to improve, you got to put the work in. If you have trouble steadying your hands, or maybe a horse that's a little bit fussy, what I will often do is put your knuckles together like this, right? So you're going to have your reins in your hand and then just rest your knuckles like this. So what that looks like, when we're moving, so we'll just go off here again. Okay, so I got our nice walk rhythm back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about, easy bud, so just keep walking, right? So my legs are keeping him in front of my leg or walking a little bit forward. And I have the sensation that he is taking me somewhere, right? That's the feeling that we want. So now if I want to steady my hands a little bit, what I'm going to do is just put my knuckles together here like this. And my elbows are now what's absorbing the movement. But I am keeping that nice, consistent contact. I'm gonna have to steer a little bit here. I'm just gonna open my rein. So this is something that you can do in little intervals, right? You do it for 3 or 4 steps and then you go back to 2 hands. Oh, I need to shorten my reins here a little bit. Okay, so let's start again. Thumbs on top, following the feel. Right now I'm working on a circle, but it would probably be easier to practice this down the long side and then ride your corner by opening your rein, right? Keep maintaining your outside rein, but opening your inside rein a little bit, making him look to the inside. And then going back to riding with your knuckles together. Okay, so I'm just going to complete this little corner here and I'll walk straight down the center of the arena. Okay, good. And now I'm going to put my knuckles together. Interesting. Definitely got some wiggles in my horse here. Yeah, good boy. Okay, and now I'm going to bring my hands apart, open my inside rein now as much as my right rein, which this is Jimmy's stiff side. And I'm keeping the contact on my left rein. Still following the movement, right? I'm not pulling back, I'm following. Just gonna correct, there we go, good boy. Yeah, good boy. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn down the center of the arena again. So it's another opportunity, another straight line. And I can steady my hands by touching my knuckles together. Good. This actually is interesting because I have one rein that's gotten a fraction of a bit longer too. So that's a good way to check in on that too. Yeah, good boy. Okay, so in the video that we did the other day about improving our elbows and bringing awareness to our elbows, we did this exercise where we bring our elbows to our hip and then down to the ground and then up to the ears, right? So I just want to take a minute right now and just get a little centered in my tack. I want to feel both seat bones. So riding is all about our seat and our legs, actually, and very little about our hand, okay? So we've been talking about our hand quite a bit, but truth be told, if we have a good foundation with our seat and our legs, our hands are usually quite still, right? Because we feel really stable and secure. So a good way to sort of check in and make sure you're sort of balanced on both seat bones is, let's go right hand to left pin on my saddle here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put pressure into the side of my pommel here. And what that does is it anchors in this seat bone, right? So I go like this, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it sort of like brings awareness and pulls this seat bone down. So, and then we're gonna do what we do to one side, we always do to the other, right? So I'm gonna go left hand now to my right pin and press in against it. Interesting, this is definitely my weaker side. So again, here, and you should try to feel and isolate this seat bone. Right hand, no, we're not going anywhere, buddy. We're gonna do this 3 times, okay? Right hand brings in that side. Left hand, this side. Right hand. Left hand. Right hand. This is definitely my stronger diagonal. Left hand to left seat bone. Okay, wake them up there. Okay, so now you should feel a little bit more stable, or not stable, but like balanced on both seat bones and in the center of your horse, okay? That is key to having a good foundation for a good position. Okay, so I just want to add that I am not a physiotherapist. These are things that over the last 4 decades of riding in different disciplines and having different things go on with my body. So I had a baby and I galloped at the racetrack, and I've done a lot of different disciplines that have essentially been a little bit hard on my body, right? So these are things that I've learned from other coaches, from physiotherapists. Yeah, so I just wanted to pass them on because they've been so helpful to me. And you know, it's not always the same for every person, but we got to get this information out there. Beginning of the video, I also mentioned this grab strap that I have on my saddle, which it's wonderful if you're riding a green horse and you need to sort of scooch your bum down into the saddle to ride out some stuff, right? So like this, if you like sit down, like here we go. The aids for a halt, right, are we move our pelvis and we sort of like sit down on the horse, right? So to kind of ground yourself, you can essentially like use this to pull yourself down onto the horse. I wouldn't change the angle of my pelvis because that's a different aid, but you can definitely get like more stable if you need to. If you feel like you're kind of like bouncing around, this will help you stay stable and secure, right? And I would use your inside rein. Let's just see what this looks like. I have not done this in a million years. Ready, Jimmy? Okay, so I've just gone up into trot here with Jimmy, and I'm just holding on to this grab strap. I haven't ridden with a grab strap in years, and it does feel really weird right now. But what it's doing is I've got a little bit of a flexion on Jimmy's left side here. I can see his eye, and then I'm just holding the outer rein sort of consistent and following that feel. I'm staying on a circle so that he can sort of get the correct bend going around here. Yeah, easy, buddy. Yeah, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. So the grab strap is helpful for that sort of stuff, especially if you're having problems keeping the rhythm in the trot. Holding on to that can give you that extra little bit of stability and support, right? So same thing as when you do the knuckles together technique. I would sort of pick your moments, right? So the knuckles together technique tonight really worked great for being on a straight line. Okay. Yeah, good boy. Okay, so now this is what the knuckles together technique looks like in trot. Okay, so we'll just go in here and walk. Hands are out in front of me, in front of the wither. That's important. Your horse needs to be taking you somewhere. And let's just go into trot. There we go. Oh, Jimmy's very up all of a sudden. Holy, what's happening? Keeping my hands kind of close together. Ooh, half halt, half halt. Good. And now it's down center. Interesting. So this time, Jimmy got a little bit snaky through his body when I did that. And we're more snaky. The bushes are going to get you. Although I really got this lovely uphill trot right now. Okay, so let's go down center line. I shortened my reins quite a bit. And now I'm going to bring my hands together. Better. Interesting. Yeah, good. Riding with him out again. So this is another really great check-in if you ride by yourself, right? If you don't have an instructor there reminding you of these things, try these little techniques. Something in the corner is going to eat us. Oh my goodness. Oof. It's a little spooky about this corner here tonight. So this little technique is so good if you ride by yourself, right? You don't have a coach there to make these corrections on you. So by putting your knuckles here, you're definitely going to feel also maybe a change in your horse, and then changes in your body too, right? That's all these little techniques are doing. We're just changing the feel so that we get different levels of awareness. Because if we just sort of keep going around and round and round and ride and be a slave to what we know, it doesn't really change anything, right? Okay, so there are a couple more tools you can add to your toolkit for improving your hands, right? So if you're riding by yourself and you don't have instruction, absolutely spend a few minutes doing this every time you ride, right? As well as like anchoring in, right? With finding our seat bones with this exercise. And riding is all about our seat, right? And our core. And the more stable and secure we get there, we will become better with our hands. So we have an upcoming course. It's going to be all about the riding the hind end and being more in balance and stable and secure. But in the meantime, try these exercises, right? These different levels of awareness. It's all good. All roads lead to Rome. If you're interested in getting in on that course, check out our website. It's in our profile. And yeah, thanks again for joining us. We honor our horses when we work on ourselves and our position. Until next time.